Author's account and link to original text is in the description. The siege of the Ashlaric homeworld provided the perfect casus belli for the Outer Systems hegemony to declare war on the nascent Republic of Terra. It was only due to unbelievable luck that the Confederation of Systems, CIS, stepped in to mediate, coupled with an attempted coup d'etat by a rogue hegemony warlord, that a war between the two factions was prevented. Yet, if there's one word that does not exist in the hegemony archives, it is peace. War is inevitable, and the Republic now seeks a solution to the hegemony threat. The Outer Systems hegemony was not a typical interstellar state, but rather a militarist meritocracy. Their culture was built on social Darwinism. The weak is weeded out from the social ladder or made subservient to the strong leaders. Their overlord race is the Dingruzna, and their homeworld, Batek, a remote planet on the border of the galaxy in dark space. It was a death world with harsh climate that forced the Dingruzna people to weed out the weak to survive. When they discovered space travel, they quickly overwhelmed the other species of the Outer Systems with their supreme survivability and tactical resolve. One by one, the Outer Systems and their sapient species were conquered and assimilated into the hegemony, separately ruled by one Dingruzna warlord on each inhabited world. Their society is crude, built on ambition and greed for personal glory. Here follow the records of Republican assembly at Pretoria Station, in geosynchronous orbit above Alpha Centauri Prime, on 50 AFTL, 2350 AD, recently made public. Casualties estimates, the chair of the assembly questioned. Our top analysts put it in the billions. Estimated 30 fleets and 78 marine expeditionary divisions will be needed to secure a close victory, not to mention the number of precious worlds that will be put in jeopardy should we go to war with the hegemony. General Whitman reported, his words cut short by sudden outbursts from the imperialist party. I say we launch a total war on them, cleanse their race from their homeworld, then mine it to the core, and leave it for the dead. Senator Bush's bellow was met with significant vocal support until another voice spoke out. Gentlemen, please. Humanity may well be invincible, but why shed blood when there is no need? He let the word sink in to disperse, then continued. A sociologist friend of mine has told me that while the hegemony is on par with us in terms of technology, the societal maturity level is stagnated as the level of ours in the late 20th century. The more history-minded senators soon broke into debates among themselves until the man proceeded. I propose that we donate them our knowledge, and soon their economy and society will be broken down as we had during the Great Mistake. Then, our armies will be able to pacify the region unopposed. And how do you suggest we pass this knowledge to them? Said Senator Bush. Well, I plan to print a book. The man smirked. The 20th century capitalism for dummies was taken from the archives of New Alexandria on Earth and reprinted in the thousands of billions. These copies were then sent via cargo probes and scattered en masse across the 203 hegemony systems. Initially, the impact was invisible. Many copies were actually burned by anti-human extremists. But plenty were collected by the various warlords and local serfs' households. Practically the only books they encountered in their whole lifespan. Yet, as months passed, there was a steady, unstoppable change on the hegemony worlds. Giant billboards replaced the military banners in the grand avenues. Cities got decommissioned and were replaced by estates solely serving factories with more workers. Enrollment rates in military schools plummeted, replaced by cults preaching the human book. The warlords, seeing the immense wealth they could gain through spreading what is in human tongue, consumerism, in their jurisdictions. The natural resources of their worlds were exploited relentlessly. Entire ecosystems collapsed to fulfill the endless wants of the hegemony citizens, whose sole goal in life now was to hoard more and more wealth. The public squares and parks that once provided the hegemony people with a sense of belonging and community were dismantled without much thought. They were replaced by grandiose malls built only to encourage further impulsive consumption. In only 10 years, the resources on their worlds were spent, their people forgot the ideals of honor and duty. Famine and natural disasters ensued, the warlords then fought each other for the precious few valuable star systems left. The hegemony feudal system lay shattered. With no centralized command to repulse an invasion, humanity stepped in to clean up the mess. Batek, Hegemony Homeworld. Firebase Alpha, 23rd Marine Expeditionary Division, POW Detention Zone 1. The Marine captain looked at the warlord brought in front of him. "So, how was the taste of Reaganomics, Zeno?"